Controversial influencer Dylan Mulvaney wins a Streamy, whatever the hell that is, and says some controversial things. We're going to cover that here today on Speechless. Cut for time. So over the weekend, everybody, there was a thing called the Streamies, which apparently are like awards for people that are like big on like YouTube and TikTok. I don't really know. I never heard of it before, but Dylan Mulvaney, who we all know caused the budlight debacle, to put it lightly, won an award at it. But before we get to that, I do want to introduce myself. For anybody who has never seen the show before, I'm Kevin Phares. I am a 22-year-old conservative college student out of Central Illinois. I do a lot of different stuff here, but I mainly host a radio show on Cities 92.9, the News and Talk of Bloomington Normal, one of only 3 conservative news talk stations in Illinois. Amazing station. Love being here. But I also do a lot of content for YouTube and stuff like that, so I can bring you guys different news that you might not be hearing about it from a perspective that young people aren't covering and the mainstream media isn't covering. And so I saw this, and somebody just sent it to me. I didn't even watch the whole video yet. I'm just going to basically blind react to it. Dylan Mulvaney gets on stage. The biological man has made a lot of money and influence and power from being a biological man who pretends to be a woman, an actor, a paid actor, basically. And so we got Dylan Mulvaney here. I got the video pulled up. We're going to watch this, and I'm going to just react to it and kind of break down a little bit about what he has to say to the audience after he wins this award. Let's see. Look at that face. Oh, my God. That alone, just priceless. Oh, my gosh. The horror. It's like me when I saw that he was doing a Bud Light partnership. I don't know. Let's go.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
You know, I'm really shocked because I thought the only award I would ever maybe win was maybe a Tony Award, but now I'm a musical theater gal with a Streamy. Theater TikTok, we made it to the mainstream. 532 days ago, I made a coming out video that turned into my Days of Girlhood series. And my life has been changed for the better. But on the flip side, there's also been an extreme amount of transphobia and hate. And I know that my community is feeling it. And I now know that even our allies are feeling it. And I look around this room and I just see so many amazing allies.
Let me translate for anybody who's watching while we go. We're going to go through the rest of this, but there's all this transphobia and hate. What he means is that there's a lot of people that have actually started standing up for children, first off, because the majority of Americans do not believe children should be allowed to transition. That's the first thing. And second thing is there's a lot of people that have started standing up for biological truth and factual truth, objective truth, and will not go along with delusion. But okay.
That have platforms. And I think allyship right now needs to look differently. And you need to support trans people publicly and proudly. And I think the trans community.
I just want to look at those faces again as he said that. Look at those faces of the people in the audience. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. I mean, they are clapping, but some of them look like, especially this one right here, that she kind of looks like, I'm just kind of like going along with it because I'm supposed to. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Just my reaction.
And I think the trans community.
That dude's on his phone. Wait. Go back. That dude right there. That dude's on his phone. He's just texting. He's like, oh, screw this. I'm done with this.
And I think the trans community and the creator community actually have something in common. And it's that people often underestimate us. But I know that we can stay optimistic about just the future of transness in general, because if we can influence people to buy $22 Air One smoothies, we can also do this. I love you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna go have a beer, and I love you.
That's just a gross looking man. So that's what Dylan had to say. Says allies need to start speaking up more, and you need to be more out there. Okay, well, here's the thing is what do you want? What do you want? Do you need everybody to be an ally? Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, an ally, it's similar to obviously the traditional use of the word is like an ally alliance kind of thing, like in war a lot of times is like kind of how it's used. But it's become a big term, especially among social justice warriors, in the idea of what you have to do is you have to support And you're like, even if you're, so me, to them, this is how they would describe me. And I hate this. I consider it actually a slur a little bit, but I'm a straight white male cisgender. The part that I identify as, I think cisgender is a slur. I think it takes away the fact that I am a biological male, and I think demonizes me for being so. Calling somebody cisgender, in my opinion, is a slur. Just saying. And I don't get offended very easily, but that's one that I'm really not a big fan of. I don't like cisgender. I think it's stupid because it assumes that you can actually change your gender, which you can't. But all of this going into if you want allyship, and that's the problem that I have, right? I'm a pretty tolerant person. I was taught tolerance very early on in my life. Now, when I say tolerance, what I mean is I was told, because I was bullied. I'll admit, when I was younger, I was bullied. And so my mom would always tell me, she would go, you don't need everybody to like you, and you don't have to like everybody, but you should tolerate people. Meaning, don't necessarily bully people. Don't be a dick for the sake of being a dick, which I could say on YouTube, but not on radio. So don't do that, but tolerate people. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to agree with them, but tolerate them. Be cordial, be respectful, and be kind. That's the way I was raised. But allyship assumes that you need to accept. And now, under what Dylan is saying, not only do you need to accept everything that they say, and accepting is different from tolerance. Tolerance is, I might not agree with it, I don't love it, but I will respect you, or at least I'll be cordial towards you. Acceptance is, I agree with everything that you say. I will accept it. And then there's allyship now, which is not only do I accept all of it, but along with accepting all of it, what Dylan says you need to do is you need to be an activist for those that you are an ally of, for those that you accept. That is what Dylan is saying here. And so what about the people that are not an ally? Now, this is like questions I just have for people that might be part of this community, whatever, or like are an ally, something like that, is what about people that are not an ally? I don't think any real Christian can be a true ally of the LGBTQ plus community. I don't think you can be. Leviticus, I believe, is 18:22. Maybe I'm mixing it up. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. A man shall not lay with a man. If he does, it's an abomination. Sorry. Christianity does not support homosexuality. In Genesis, God created man and woman. And I'm paraphrasing. I know I'm paraphrasing that one. God created man and woman in his image. He created them. You can't change your gender. You are created by God in his image. So to be a Christian, you cannot be an ally based on the evidence. So do you need everybody to be an ally? This is where it becomes so glossy. It's like so muggy. It's like, do we have to is that what you want? Is you need everybody to be an ally of you? Because that's not the way the world works. I don't expect everybody to be a capitalist. Now, I think every smart person would be a capitalist. Every intelligent person would be a capitalist. I don't expect every person to be pro-life. I understand the gray area of those arguments. I don't expect every person to be pro-life. I am, but I don't expect every person to be. So where does this end? Because what it seems like right now is you're just going to label everybody as a bigot until everybody is on your side and is an ally, which is not how the way the world works. I'm not sure. I said there are smart people I know that are socialists. There are. And every idea that comes from them is out of their heart. Why am I saying socialist? Because I'm trying to bring it out of just like the LGBTQ agenda stuff. And so what I'm trying to say is not everybody who is within the socialist sphere, not everybody who is necessarily anti the trans agenda, not everyone who's within the socialist sphere is a total moron, and not everybody who is in the transgender or in the anti-trans sphere is a bigot or is a transphobe. I'm not a phobic of trans people. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid by any means. I have people I've had great conversations in my life, live near me, that are trans. Very wonderful people. I would take a bullet for them. 100%. I would take a bullet for them. Now, do I think that I have serious disagreements with them about certain things in life. I also believe that they need certain levels of help that they're not receiving and that the society is not pushing for them to receive. But I still have a great respect for those people. I am not transphobic. But to Dylan, because I am not somebody who will actively go out and say that we need to encourage people to cut their genitals off or be a slave to big pharma for the rest of their life, because I won't do that, I'm a bigot transphobe. Congratulations on your award, Dylan. Peace and prosperity come to you. I pray for it, and I pray for you. Gosh. Well, everybody, that's all I got for that one. Blind reaction, Dylan Mulvaney. What did you think? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, comment what you thought, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. God bless you. God bless America. And I'll see you next time on Speechless. Cover time.